Hi guys, welcome to the third episode of our book club. I'm extremely sorry. This episode was supposed to be a live, and हमने 8:30 बजे का time दिया था. But I came to realize the technology and the equipment that we use right now is not good enough to do lives. So really sorry about it. आपको पता है पहले भी एक दो हमने live किए थे, but I couldn't crack it कि Zoom पे how can I get Vani's audio and on my very like 2010 ka laptop without any audio lag and basically audio quality and video quality affect हो रही थी. So we decided कि we'll do a Zoom call and this will be an unedited version of it that will go live. So anyway, live हम बहुत जल्दी करेंगे. Right now we'll be talking about a new author and we'll be discussing a new short story. So today we'll be reading Dusk by H.H. Munro. Vani suggested that we read this, and this is I think Vani's favorite author. She was telling me, is that so?
Yeah, he's one of my personal favorite authors, and he's better known as Saki. वो उसका pen name था Saki.
Yeah.
He's only written one work under
So
H.H. Munro. Yeah. So
ओ क्योंकि हाँ हर जगह एच मुनरो के साथ ब्रैकेट में साकी लिखा हुआ
Saki.
था ऐसा.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was his pen name, and he was famous for his witty and mischievous short stories and ironical endings. So, आज we'll be picking up Dusk by Saki. It follows a young man, I'm not sure young, but it follows a man. His name is Norman Gotsby, who's out in the park in the evening. And so, shall I begin now?
Yeah, please do. The stage is yours.
So,
If you feel like asking, if you feel like कि मैं भी बीच में पढूं, अगर आप बहुत देर तक पढ़ लो, you can totally ask me because I don't want to like be कि बस I'm just listening. आपके ऊपर, it's totally up to you. You can ask me to read whenever you want.
good. So the entire story is set up in a park, and it follows Gotsby, who comes across as somebody who judges everybody. Like he's sitting on a park, but फिर भी लोगों को judge कर रहा होगा. So I'll start. Norman Gotsby sat on a bench in the park with his back to a strip of bush-planted sward, fenced by the park railings and the row fronting him across a wide stretch of carriage drive. Hyde Park Corner, with its rattle and hoot of traffic, lay immediately to his right. It was some 30 minutes past 6 on an early March evening, and dusk had fallen heavily over the scene. Dusk mitigated by some faint moonlight and many street lamps. There was a wide emptiness over road and sidewalk, yet there were many unconsidered figures moving silently through the half light or dotted unobtrusively on bench and chair, scarcely to be distinguished from the shadowed gloom in which they sat. The scene pleased Cotsby and harmonized with his present mood. Dusk, to his mind, was the hour of the defeated. Men and women who had fought and lost, who hid their fallen fortunes and dead hopes as far as possible from the scrutiny of the curious, came forth in this hour of gloaming when their shabby clothes and bowed shoulders and unhappy eyes might pass unnoticed or, at any rate, unrecognized. A king that is conquered must see strange looks. So bitter a thing is the heart of man. The wanderers in the dusk did not choose to have strange looks fastened on them. Therefore, they came out in this bad fashion, taking their pleasure, sadly, in a pleasure ground that had emptied of its rightful occupants. Beyond the sheltering screen of bushes and palings came a realm of brilliant lights and noisy rushing traffic.
Vani, your voice broke from the word beyond. Can you take it again from there? I'm not sure if people were able to hear it.
Beyond the sheltering screen of bushes and palings came a realm of brilliant lights and noisy rushing traffic. A blazing, many-tiered stretch of windows shone through the dusk and almost dispersed it, marking the haunts of those other people who held their own in life's struggle, or at any rate had not had to admit failure. So Godspeed's imagination pictured things as he sat on his bench in the almost deserted walk. He was in the mood to count himself among the defeated. Money troubles did not press on him. Had he so wished, he could have strolled into the thoroughfares of light and noise. and taken his place among the jostling ranks of those who enjoyed prosperity or struggled for it. He had failed in a more subtle ambition, and for the moment he was heartsore and disillusionized, and not disinclined to take a certain cynical pleasure in observing and labeling his fellow wanderers as they went their ways in the dark stretches between lamplights. On the bench by his side sat an elderly gentleman with a drooping air of defiance that was probably the remaining vestige of self-respect in an individual who had ceased to defy successfully anybody or anything. His clothes could scarcely be called shabby, at least they passed muster in the half light, but one's imagination could not have pictured the wearer embarking on the purchase of a half crown box of chocolates or laying out 9 pence on a carnation buttonhole. He belonged unmistakably to that forlorn orchestra to whose piping no one dances. He was one of the world's lamenters who induces no responsive weeping. As he rose to go, Godsby imagined him returning to a home circle where he was snubbed and of no account, or to some bleak lodging where his ability to pay a weekly bill was the beginning and end of the interest he inspired. His retreating figure vanished slowly into the shadows, and his place on the bench was taken almost immediately by a young man, fairly well dressed but scarcely more cheerful of mien than his predecessor. As if to emphasize the fact that the world went badly with him, the newcomer unburdened himself of an angry and very audible expletive as he flung himself into the seat. You don't seem in a... That's it.
Can I take it from here? Like I can try, but I'm not a great reader. So I'll try for a bit. अगर मेरे से नहीं हुआ, then you can take it further. Then ठीक है. Sorry, your voice, I couldn't hear you.
Just fine. It's okay.
Okay, Khil. ठीक है, ये मैं करता हूँ. So you don't seem in a very good temper, said Godsby, judging that he was expected to take due notice of the demonstration. The young man turned to him with a look of disarming frankness, which put him instantly on his guard. You wouldn't be in good temper if you were in the fix I am in, he said. I've done the silliest thing I've ever done in my life. Yes, said Godsby dispassionately. Came up this afternoon, meaning to stay at Pangonian Hostel in Berkshire Square, continued the young man. When I got there, I found it had been pulled down some weeks ago and a cinema theatre ran up on the site. The taxi driver recommended to another hotel some way off, and I went there. I just sent a letter to my people, giving them the address, and then I went out to buy some soap. I'd forgotten to pack any, and I hate using hotel soap. Then I strolled about a bit, had a drink at a bar, and looked at the shops. And when I came to turn my steps back to the hotel, I suddenly realized that I didn't remember its name or even what street it was in. There's a nice predicament for a fellow who hasn't any friends or connections in London. Of course, I can wire to my people for the address, but they won't have got my letter till tomorrow. Meantime, I am without any money, came out without a shilling on me, which went and buying the soap and getting the drink, and here I am, wandering about the 2 pence in my pocket and nowhere to go for the night. There was an eloquent pause after the story had been told. I suppose you think I have spun you rather an impossible yarn, said the young man presently, with a suggestion of resentment in his voice. Not at all impossible, said Godsby judiciously. I remember doing exactly the same thing once in a foreign capital, and on the occasion there were two of us, which made it more remarkable. Luckily, we remembered that the hotel was on a sort of canal, and when we struck the canal, we were able to find our way back to the hotel. The youth brightened at the reminiscence. In a foreign city, I wouldn't mind so much, he said. One could go to one's consul and get the requisite help from him. Here in one's own land, one is far from derelict. What is this? One is far from
Uh,
derelict.
if one gets into a fix.
Okay,
Uh,
I don't know what it means. Yeah, do you know what it means?
yeah, I do. So derelict means that one is from. Well, I do not know the meaning, but I can't remember it now. But it means like here, it means that one is far more. It would be on the grounds that he has more options if one like
Okay,
it means like in that sense. Yeah.
ठीक है, I'll take it further. Here in one's own land, one is far from derelict if one gets into a fix. Unless I can find some decent chap to swallow my story and lend me some money, I seem likely to spend the night on the embankment. I'm glad, anyhow, that you don't think the story outrageously improbable. He threw a good deal of warmth into the last remark, and though perhaps to indicate his hopes that Godspeed did not fall far short of the requisite decency. Of course, said Godsby slowly, the weak point of your story is that you can't produce the soap. The young man sat forward hurriedly, felt rapidly in his pockets of his overcoat, and then jumped on his feet. I must have lost it, he muttered angrily. To lose an hotel and cake of soap on one afternoon suggests willful carelessness, said Godfrey. But the young man scarcely waited to hear the end of the remark. He flitted away down the path, his head held high, with an air of somewhat jaded jauntiness. It was a pity, mused Godsby. The going out to get one's own soap was one convincing touch in the whole story, and yet it was just that a little detail that brought him to grief. If he had had the brilliant forethought to provide himself with a cake of soap, wrapped and sealed with all the solicitude of chemist counter, he would have been a genius in his particular line. In his particular line, genius certainly consists of an infinite capacity for taking precautions. With that reflection, Godsby rose to go. As he did, so so an exclamation of concern escaped him. Lying on the ground by the side of the bench was a small oval packet wrapped and sealed with solicitude of chemist counter. It could be nothing else but a cake of soap, and it had evidently fallen out of youth's overcoat pocket when he flung himself down the seat. In another moment, Gotsbay was scuttling down the shrouded path in anxious quest for a youthful figure in light overcoat. He had nearly given up the search when he caught sight of the object of his pursuit standing irresolutely on the border of the carriage drive, evidently uncertain whether to strike across the park or make for the bustling pavements of Knightsbridge. He turned around sharply with the air of defensive hostility when he found Godsby hailing him. You can take it from there.
The important witness to the genuineness of the story has turned up, said Godsby, holding out the cake of soap. It must have slid out of your overcoat pocket when you sat down on the seat. I saw it on the ground after you left. You must excuse my disbelief, but appearances were really rather against you. And now, as I appeal to the testimony of the soap, I think I ought to abide by its verdict. If the loan of a sovereign is any good to you, the young man hastily removed all doubt on the subject by pocketing the coin. Here is my card with my address, continued Godspeed. Any day of this week will do for returning the money, and here is a soap. Don't lose it again. It's been a good friend to you. Lucky thing you're finding it, said the youth, and then with a catch in his voice, he blurted out a word or two of thanks and fled headlong in the direction of Knightsbridge. Poor boy, he as nearly as possible broke down, said Godspeed to himself. I don't wonder either the relief from his quandary must have been acute. It's a lesson to me not to be too clever in judging by circumstances. As Godsby retraced his steps past the seat where the little drama had taken place, he saw an elderly gentleman poking and peering beneath it and on all sides of it, and recognized his earlier fellow occupant. Have you lost anything, sir? He asked. Yes, sir, a cake of soap. Actually, listen.
Nice.
Yeah, derelict means homeless. I'm so sorry, I was wrong about it. Then I just realized it means homeless. Wherein
Okay.
one's own one is far more homeless if he gets into a fix.
Nice. But this is a nice story, and I think this was the first time I read a story that beforehand, before doing like this Zoom call of ours, and like this is really nice. So let's get into like some of the details of the story. So one of the things I liked about the story was the kind of characteristics he gave to dusk and the things happening around dusk, like how it is the most depressing time. Like I think it was in second or third para. I think मैंने आपको highlight भी भेजा था उस दिन में when I was reading it for the first time.
Of the, I
Sorry.
think the second paragraph, dusk to his mind was the hour of the defeated.
Yeah, I am trying to find it. Yeah, dust to his mind were the hour of the defeated, men and women who had fought and lost, who hid their fallen fortunes and dead hopes as far as possible from the scrutiny of the curious, came forth in this hour of gloaming, when their shabby clothes and bowed shoulders and unhappy eyes might pass unnoticed or at any rate unrecognized. So I think, is he talking about the whole 9 to 5 janta in this? When they like get off from work.
I thought it's about people who especially come out at like when it gets dark outside. It could be 9 to 5 people as well, but I think it's also like there are some people who just walk out after for evening strolls. You know, you come across people.
No,
No, I
मैंने
think it's
अच्छा
I
क्योंकि
think
मैं like one of the reasons why I like this was it's the hour of the defeated, so he's referring to, so जो हमारा भी जो इसमें main protagonist है, he's shown as somewhat of a slacker, right? कि मतलब वो बैठा है लोगों को देख रहा है. He's looking at the people who are getting like अपने जब घर से जा रहे होते हैं, that at that time people are the most exhausted, and I think exhaustion के ऊपर भी कुछ था आगे इसमें. The wanderers in the dust did not choose to have strange looks fasten on them. Therefore, they came out in this bad fashion, taking their pleasure sadly in a pleasure ground that has emptied of its rightful occupants. So मेरे को तो यही लगा था, like I think I interpreted it like मैंने ऐसे interpret किया था इस चीज को कि it's
yeah,
about those people, yeah, people who are going home after works, and these are about the people, especially the people who don't like their jobs, maybe.
I thought it was like usually when I read it the first time and even today, I thought it's like dusk time. Pe you usually get into the poetic zone when you like start talking philosophically. And I thought he's referring to such kind of people. Usually that side of us comes out like when we usually portray this philosophical side of ours or somewhat intellectual side of ours when dusk comes out. You won't be doing that at 12 in the afternoon always. So I thought this janta that tries to be extra or tries to hide, etc., is like he had wanted to address those people. Because I
So
think
who is he calling the defeated? Who is he referring to as the defeated?
the people who are coming out for strolls or whatever, like the people he comes across, because this time, like when he wrote this story, if you want to interpret it as like 9 to 5 janta, yeah, true. But like when he wrote this story, it was like back in 18, like late 1800s, early 1900s. उस time पे
तो
तो I
बट
don't
लाइक 9 to 5 तो टर्म अभी आया है, बट लाइक तब भी लोग तो होते ही थे ना कि वो तो कभी हमेशा से ही रहा है ना कि लोग सुबह काम पे जाते हैं, शाम को घर वापस आ रहे होते हैं. तो जो भी उसको तब जनता दिख रही थी वो थी कि जो शाम को थके हारे आ रहे हैं और वो घर जाना चाहते हैं. सो जैसे चार्ल्स बुकोस्की का एक पूरा एक इसमें लाइक आई सॉ इट समवेयर, लाइक हाउ ही टॉक्स अबाउट दीस पीपल who don't like what they are doing. तो उसने भी kind of ऐसी सी language use की थी कि people who are in the 9 to 5 bracket, and what happens to them if they continue doing what they are not doing what they like. So your thing I also like makes sense, but I don't know, I don't look at it that ways. Yeah, I think
totally
ये
fine. And
सेकेंड टाइम हुआ है कि हमने दो अलग तरीके से, लास्ट टाइम भी हमने बहुत अलग तरीके से इंटरप्रेट किया था स्टोरीज को.
yeah, but I felt that sometimes like my parents are based out of like this remote area. So usually people when they come out for strolls in the evenings are not very chirpy kind of people. I mean, there is a sect of women who gossip, and there are like very happening people. But I somehow feel that he related the whole atmosphere of Dusk with the personality of people.
Fair enough.
Yes, that's
Fair enough.
convincing. But yeah,
हाँ मतलब it's मतलब yeah मतलब I am still more convinced by my own interpretation, but yeah, like we should like be open to all the interpretations. एंड एंड में क्या होता है यार इसमें, तो बेसिकली जो बंदा है जो उसको बोलता है कि लाइक जो पूरी अपनी स्टोरी बताता है, एंड गॉड्सबे इज लाइक कि यार तेरा बस एक वो पार्ट वीक रह गया था, अगर तू मेरे को दिखा देता तेरे पास सोप है तो मैं तेरी स्टोरी आई वुड हैव बॉट योर स्टोरी। एंड इवेंचुअली उसको दिखता है कि फक एक एक्चुअली सोप पड़ा था, बट एंड में यही होता है ना कि वो शायद सोप उसका नहीं होता है, राइट?
not his. Actually, I was confused when I read it. मुझे लगता था कि उस बंदे ने सोप देखा होगा गिरा हुआ नीचे, and then he cooked up the story and he went there. Today I read this again and I realized, oh no, वो तो उससे गलती से हुआ था. Like it was just a matter of chance because
या
से
इट वाज
पहले
कोइंसिडेंस, इट वाज कोइंसिडेंस।
yes. But it was like, I mean, you eventually think कि हाँ चलो ठीक है. When he's not able to produce soap, you feel like चलो उसने अच्छे से tackle कर दिया this con man, whatever. And then eventually this guy who's been judging people throughout the story gets conned by another person. It was,
या मतलब उसका imperfect con भी जो था, it was able to influence the guy who was trying to buy his story.
yeah, and you're
मतलब
convinced. Yeah, you're
yeah,
convinced by the time he finds the soap and then he hands it out to the young man. You think, अरे यार सही है, इसी का साबुन था नीचे गिरा होगा, whatever. And then he's coming back, and the same guy who was sitting before the young man is there looking for a soap, and you're like, oh, okay, cool.
huh.
But
So
yeah,
can it also be about a loop kind of a thing? Maybe uh, the guy who like cooked up the like the coke story, sorry, soap story. Uh, the guy who cooked up the soap story, maybe he has more people in his gang who like do this thing every evening. एंड मतलब सबका एक्ट अलग होता होगा कि कोई बोले वेयर इज माय सोप एंड कोई पूछे कि क्या हुआ, बिकॉज यहाँ पे देखो तो like Kochbe was the one like who talked to the guy, right? What if the other person is not trying to talk to you and you want their attention, so you are like, oh where's my soap, and then you and the guy says like, well, whoever sitting with beside you ki what happened, then you tell you don't know मेरे साथ ऐसे हुआ, maybe like that, ऐसा भी कुछ हो सकता है like as
I'm very certain that Godsby would have definitely looked at the soap, right? I'm
yeah.
sorry. But it's just another conspiracy theory kind of thing. कि maybe वहाँ पे
Yeah.
ये थे. Yeah.
नहीं मैं कह रहा हूँ कि जो बंदा लाइक लेट्स से कि जो बंदा जो कॉनमैन था, कॉनमैन का पार्टनर लाइक लाइक पार्टनर गैंग हो सकती है, जैसे यहाँ बिच्छू गैंग, ईगल गैंग, या मे भी किसी और गैंग का होगा कि वो भी आके लाइक दे ट्राई टू रन द सेम एक्ट ऑन पीपल ऑन दैट सेम बेंच एंड दे डू दिस थिंग कि द गाय इज लाइक वेयर इज माय सोप, एंड लेट्स से कि गॉड्सबे के साथ जो सेकंड टाइम जो बंदा है वो सेम चीज कर रहा था एंड ही इज लाइक क्या हुआ, एंड देन ही टेल्स गॉड्सबे द होल थिंग maybe, and then there is a loop and there is a like I always buy into this thing that if someone is conning people and if someone is doing certain kind of act, there are other people also doing the same thing.
You know, the other story that I had recommended for this episode that actually deals with it. So the guy picks up random. So he looks for a rainy night. So I don't know what he does on nights that are not raining, and he picks up random umbrellas from जो like pubs के बाहर हैं, and he finds these innocent people and उनको umbrella जाके बेचता है because his poor legs cannot walk home. And he does this to everybody, and जो बदले में पैसे मिलते हैं टैक्सी के लिए वो उनसे जाके अपने अच्छे से like he drinks alcohol and then finds another umbrella and then goes around. Yeah.
Nice. But now that you have told the whole story, वो हम अगले episode में नहीं पढ़ सकते. We'll have to think of another story. So, but like this is nice. So इनकी like this author क्या नाम था, साकी, इनकी सारी ऐसे कॉनमेंट वगैरह के बारे में होते हैं. Why do you like them so much?
Because I think like most of them have very ironical endings and they're very witty. So just like is story mein, the character thinks that it's I think it basically talks about the inscrutability of human nature. So, like, appearances can be deceptive. So,
Hmm.
Gatsby is very self-assured that I know how to judge people. There's a line where he says he was in the mood to count himself among the defeated. So he's judging everyone by their appearance, and then this young man comes in, and the Saki writes it in a way कि you are assured कि चलो गॉट्सबी ने जज किया है तो फिर maybe perhaps even if there is a hint जब फिर से soap मिलते हैं you're like okay ठीक है maybe he's right. I mean at least I was like that. And then eventually just so the endings which are so ironical, they're like that's one of the reasons
Yeah.
why it is
Is
very gripping. The moment you
yeah.
think you guess the ending, you are well, I was proven wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. So is Gatsby like a recurring character in his short stories?
No, 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 he's not. There are more
Okay.
famous characters as well. So, for example, there's Clovis, and there are like some better characters as well. This is like one of the most famous short stories by Dostoevsky. Also,
Show me the cover of the book.
this is the one.
Saki, the
The
complete short stories.
yeah. So I was very
Acha. How much of his work have you read?
so I've read this book, and that's the only thing I've read. But it has about
10-15 20 तो होंगी यार
I
short
think
story.
there are good 100. I mean, somewhere less than 100, but like 70 to 100 stories only. It's like pretty,
Wow.
yeah.
Nice. Is there anything else you want to add about the story?
One of the many reasons, another reason why I really appreciate his writing is because जब हम अभी पढ़ रहे थे, for example, the young man gives a very, the way he describes his story is very appealing. So he talks about, he came up this afternoon and he never tells you where did he come from. And then he went to buy a cake of soap because apparently he cannot use the hotel soap. So it was like, and it went on with his, went well with his appearance. So you're very convinced by that. And then there are subtle hints as well to which he maybe later he might con you, but then you'll have to be very careful when you're reading them.
Yeah, interesting. But काफी सही था यार मेरे को like मैंने भी like I think I messaged you around 6:30 that I am sitting to read it. It took me like I think 17 minutes to read it, but वही था कुछ वर्ड्स इसमें थोड़े कठिन से थे ये जैसे अभी हमने एक वर्ड ढूंढा था ना like क्या वर्ड था वो जिसका तुमने अभी मतलब भी बताया था
The
डी
derelict.
derelict. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But this was nice, man, and I'm glad we still did the episode even after so many hurdles. And I think let's try to upload this. And next week, I think we'll also come up with some new ideas because we do have in mind to get like our teachers on the show, kids on the show, and do lives also. But our equipment is maybe not good enough for that to do live plus these things, but we'll crack it. Like हम सब कुछ क्रैक कर रहे हैं, चैनल बेटर हो रहा है, अच्छी चीजें हो रही है, तो ये भी कर लेंगे. Just be with us, like keep supporting us. And if you also want to like be a part of our next book club session, आप हमें बताइए, आप हमें contribute और support कीजिए Patreon पे, YouTube community पे. We need your support. सबसे पहले तो फिर एक ढंग का equipment लेंगे. And but yes, this was fun. Anything else that you want to add, Vani?
I don't think there's much.
Okay. And by the way, guys, can you see मैंने इतना अच्छा background पीछे लगाया है, like देख सकते हो आप. There's this guy, this conductor, bus conductor, and that is Harry Potter. Yeah, so I'm just proud of it. Like I think I'll keep changing my backgrounds in every episode because पीछे मेरी अलमारी है. So ये देखो जैसे. So this is like the invisibility cloak. So this is the power of green screen. In next episode, I should do something from Goblet of Fire. I don't know. So anyway, let's end this session right here, and I'll like stop the recording, and I'll just quickly upload the video. Okay, so bye, Vani.
Okay. Good evening.
Bye.
Bye.